It's not the duty of the state government to start providing school desks for school. Local government budget is simply money meant for the local government. That's like the clearest definition for it. Money meant for the local government. Like the financial plan, for example, we have in our families, in our home, we have the father who is the head of the family, and for every family there's like a financial projection. So the father is like, okay, this is the income we are expecting at the end of the month. This is how much we are going to spend on food, on rent, and the rest of the stuff. But in this case, this money is particularly for thousands of people. So the same way it is with the family, the same way it is with the local government budgeting. This is money the chairman is going to spend for the thousands of people in their community. 4 key things citizens should see in their budget. The first is revenue projection. Like I said with the family, you have to know how much is coming in. Yes, you have to know how much is coming in. Now, revenue projection in this case could be the local government are receiving allocation from the federal government. That's the first source of revenue projection. And then there's internal revenue like taxes and levies and all of these things. And then there's also grants. I think this is the part the local governments are not really looking into. Grants. There's grants. Okay. They are NGOs, international organizations that want to fund programs in the local government level. Now that's why it's important we have conversations like this, so we can equally help the government unlock some, in the powers, some hidden powers they can use in the process. Now, first is revenue allocation and revenue projection. Second is recurrent expenditure. This has to do with salaries. How much is the current salary? How much is needed to run the local government council? How much is needed to keep the lights on? The first is revenue projection, recurrent expenditure. Then the third, which is important, which has to do with me, you, and every one of us, is capital expenditure. Now that has to do with what will be used for building of road. Maybe in Ward 4, like someone said they needed there's a problem in their community, maybe access road. Now these things, most of the things we wait for the federal government and the state government to do are things that should be handled by the local government, because they should make plans for this. So under the capital expenditure is where we should have things like school desks, because it's not the duty of the state government to start providing school desks for school. It's not the duty of the state government to start providing school desks for school. It's not the duty of the state government to provide school desks for school, because now the local government...
Schools of which nature?
Like primary schools.
Okay.
Because,
secondary school?
Primary schools. Let me say primary school, because now the local governments are getting this money directly. I know these are the early stages of these things, and we'll get it right. That's why we have to have conversations like this, so they understand that it's no responsibility of the federal government to do this again. It's something we have to budget for, it's something we have to plan for and do. And now the last thing after capital expenditure is debt and liabilities. What debts are we servicing? What liabilities are we servicing? Now, if we know these 4 things, these are the 4 major components that should be in the local government budget. These are the 4 things that every member of the community should know that the local governments are looking forward to handling this year.